All right, we're going over 18. I'm doing that in red. So I have this equation is in point slope form. So that means we need to put it in slope intercept form because down here it says y equals. When it says y equals, that means y equals mx plus b. So we're going to distribute that 1/2. I'm going to rewrite the left side. So y minus 1 equals 1/2 times x is 1/2 x. Positive positive is plus. 2 times 1/2, half of 2 is, you have a question? Yeah, babe. No, it's the wrong, we're on assembly schedule. We leave at 10:25. Yeah, we're good. Okay, so 1/2 times 2 is going to give me 1, because half of 2 is 1. Everybody good with that? Now, we're not quite in slope intercept form. We got to move the -1 over. Since it's negative, going back, we need to make it positive. So we're going to add 1 to both sides. So now that gives me y equals, that cancels, 1/2 x, and then 1 plus 1 is 2. We okay with that? So now we can answer the bottom blanks. We can answer our slope is 1/2. Our y-intercept is 2. We still need to find our x-intercept, which is also our 0. So I'm going to go to positive 2 on our y-axis. And then I'm going to do my slope. So my slope is a rise of 1 and a run of 2. Now, if I keep going that way, I'm not going to hit my x-axis. We want to hit our x-axis so that we find our x-intercept. So we're going to do opposite day. So I'm going to go back to our y-intercept, and instead of going up, I'm going to go down. Make sure you go backwards. That means, remember, we're always running forward unless we're doing opposite day. So opposite day, we're going to go back 2, and then down 1, back 2. That gives us our y-intercept of, our x-intercept of -4. Now I've got the information that I need, and I can just go ahead and connect the lines. Now they want us to do it in blue for the next one. So the next one is in standard form. There's a couple ways that we can handle this. We could do this by finding our x and our y-intercepts. Do you remember that? So I'm going to do that on this one just to remind us that this is also an alternative option to write our slope-intercept form and find our information. So to find, I'm going to write my table, x and y. Your y-intercept is when x is 0. Your x-intercept is when y is 0. So when x is 0, that 2x is going to go away. And you've got 5y equals 10. So that gives me 10 divided by 5, which is going to give me 2. Okay? When y is 0, that term with y is going to go away. So then I have 2x equals 10. That's going to be 10 divided by 2, which is going to give me 5. So now I have my y-intercept, which is going to be 2, and my x-intercept, which is going to be 5. So I'm going to go ahead and plot those points. Remember, y-intercept, so this has the same y-intercept as number 18. Then we have an x-intercept of positive 5. So they have different x-intercepts. And really, honestly, you could do y2, you could do 0 minus 2, and then 5 minus 0. But if you notice, you can also do your rise over your run here now that you have your 2 points plot. So you have a rise of -2 and a run of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that is -2/5. So now we can write our equation in slope-intercept form. So that's -2/5 x, and then our y-intercept plus 2.